How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's had a great and wonderful day or having a great and wonderful day. How everything might be going for you. Today, bring you along, we're going to change the oil in the good old sawmill. Now, one thing I'll get you to always think about, don't always go off of what you think your maintenance is on it. Always double check. See, when I first got the sawmill, I looked at the book and maintenance on it and went, oh, okay, in 10 hours I need to change the oil. I was wrong. Yep. It was supposed to be at 5 hours I was supposed to change it. And I was like, oh, well, poop. The oil always looks good. I mean, the oil doesn't look darkened or anything. The oil looks good, but we've also had it for, well, getting to be a while.
Year and a half.
So needs to be changed anyway. You know, it's either, you know, so many hours or, you know, at least once a year for sure. And you can always find all your, I mean, and it's really great with, because, you know, this is Woodland Mills, but you actually have a separate manual because, you know, the engine's Kohler. So it's, you won't find it on any of your Woodland Mills manual stuff. It's going to be under your Kohler manuals. So, but they're real great. Those books, they're real great. They've got, you know, all the listings of things you should be doing.
They're great if you read them.
Well, it's great if you don't go by memory from what you thought you read. So show you how easy it is to change the oil on this thing. It's real simple. I haven't done it yet. You're coming along the first time with me. Like I said, you know, the oil's still good and clear looking. It's not dirty at all. But we're going to get it changed, and I'll show you what I think is going to probably be the easier ways to do it from just looking at it. So let's get it going. So this is from, if you're at the, you know, the back of the mill, you know, you got your pull rope back here, and if you're looking at it, it'd be on your left side. You've got, you know, your oil dipstick and then your drain plug. Now on this is also, by the way, the HM 122 anniversary edition that they came out, and I thought it was pretty nice that they put this extension piece out here for your oil drain plug. So that's a pretty neat little feature, I think. So on this bolt is a 13 millimeter bolt. I'm going to get in here, but I'm also going to take a crescent wrench because this is also slotted, and you know, it's going to be threaded into the engine itself. So you don't loosen that up. You can kind of hold that kind of snug as you know, pull towards yourself to the back of the engine to undo the plug. It shouldn't be on there real super tight, but just in case if it was. Now, if anybody likes cheap ice cream like I do, I thought this was a pretty handy little deal because I can just hang it right there on the little deal. We'll take the dipstick out. The air can get down there. And undo your bolt here. And it doesn't hold much. And I probably should be doing this on a warmer day. Well, the oil's a little dirty. But it should be pouring out there a little faster. It's just today, it's kind of a cold day. So it's probably going to take a while for this to drip out. Let that drain, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Now we got the rest of that out, and obviously it is dirtier than I thought. Make sure before you put your oil plug back in, wipe off that little gasket, get all the dirt. You want to have a good seal up against there, so get your little gasket good and clean. And hey, if you happen to be a moron like I am and not pay attention to your equipment very well, you can actually notice on the side of the air filter on this engine, it actually tells you a nice little maintenance chart right there on the side. Now I would say that where it says down here 5 hours, that would have helped me out better than the 12 hours I already put on this thing. And then it says every 100 hours or annually. So that's what I was talking about, that you want to do it. And I don't think, you know, you can go with the Kohler oil. It'd probably be the best bet, but it'll probably also cost you more in the long run with that. I suggest just buying just like a 5-quart can or jug of it. It'd be cheaper in the long run. So just screw that back in there, and then a little bucket with the handle works nice. And the nice thing about that is I actually, since up here in South Carolina, we have a place that we can drop it off at our recycling center. So kind of hold it there so it doesn't go. You don't want to put a lot of tension on this. So if you got a wife like mine that over tightens stuff,
Sure.
tell her to, you know, be careful. So you just need to get it just on there.
Stop.
Snug. I'm using this funnel today because this is what I've got. I would suggest finding one of those little funnels that's, you know, got the hose to it, because you can get it back down in there a lot easier than trying to use something straight to maneuver down into the hole down there. And you just put it back in there where you take the dipstick out at. Set up in there. And you can use any oil. I would say the full synthetic is your best bet. And I'd also say if you start with one brand of oil, keep using that brand. So if you use the Kohler oil, just keep using it. If you use Quaker State or Pennzoil or whatever, cheapo oil, I would always say just keep using the same stuff, because it's that way you don't gunk it up with other detergents and everything else, that oils and stuff put in there. Same thing with gas. Stay with the same brand that you use, so that you don't get all those other different detergents that different gas companies and oil companies put in. So that's just my thought. Okay, so on my HM 122 Anniversary Edition, I got the upgraded engine. That's the 9.5 horsepower Kohler, which is the CH395 engine. And it takes, according to the manual, it takes 1.16 quarts. Or that would be actually what, 37.12 ounces. If you know, because I don't have it today, but I think I'm going to do that later on. I'm going to get me one of those little plastic disposable measuring cups or something. Get a big one. Use that for my oil changes. That way I can measure out the exact ounces I need, fill it up, and then I should be good to go all the time, instead of doing a guesswork sometimes. Because like I said, I got a 5-quart jug because it's cheaper to buy that way. But that way I could also get something to measure it all out and to go in there exactly what I need instead of guessing it first. Like I said, I'm just going to use a 1030 full synthetic. And always remember, like I said, doing the guesswork, this is now where I got to come down here and take a little bit of oil out because I got it a little too full.
Not much.
Not by much, but you just kind of bring your deal out and just let a little bit of it drip out. Yeah, probably a little more, I think. Kind of screw that back in there. And like I said too, if you're using a funnel and you're needing to check your oil, this has 2 dipsticks on it. So you can just go to the other side. You could leave your funnel and everything still hooked up, and you can check your other side dipstick to see if you're good or not. If you have one here on the other side. It's just a little harder to get to. And remember, when you're checking, keep your dipstick, you know, kind of level. Don't hold it up like this, because then you'll get messed up. You know, you hold it down. Here we go. New oil is just always more of a pain to read on the dipstick though, but it works. Alrighty. Well, that is how you change. Real simple, real easy. I didn't know if everybody wanted to see it or not, but just in case if you did, there it is. Y'all have a great and wonderful one. Can't wait to see y'all till next time. Thanks again for coming along. Later.